Okay, so here's example B. Leah deposited $225 in an account that earns simple interest at a rate of 4%. How much money will she have in her account after 10 years? All right, so first let's fill this out over here. The amount of interest, we don't know that. That's one of the things we're trying to find. The principal, okay, that's the starting amount. That's what she started the account with. Okay, so 225. The rate, okay, well, it literally says rate of 4%. But remember, you can't leave it as a percent. You have to change it to a decimal, which we already did is 0.04. And I'm going to make this longer. There we go. And the amount of time, okay, right here, 10 years. Okay, so remember what I just said at the end of the last video. This is a lot like sales tax. Sometimes they only want to know how much the person paid in tax, and sometimes they want to know what the whole total is, including tax. Well, on this, sometimes they only want to know how much the person is getting in interest. Sometimes they want to know what the new total in the account is. So let's look at what they're asking. How much money will she have in her account? Okay. How much money will she have in her account? That is what we are answering. They need to know the interest, but that's not what they asked. They didn't say how much is the interest. They want to know the total amount in the account. So that means that we're going to have to do this part over here. Now, this part we still have to do. We have to do this first, but this part right here is going to be the second part. Now, on the next year turns, I leave both of these in. That doesn't mean that they are all like this. I put it in there so that you can decide whether you need to use it or not. Okay, so let's look at this. The interest is the principal, which is 225, times the rate, which is 0.04, times the amount of time, which is 10. Okay, so we need to go and multiply that. I'm going to pull up actual paper. So this is 225 times 0.04 times 10. Okay, so again, you can do it in any order that you want. Whenever they give you 10, there's a lot of shortcuts that you can take. Okay, but I'm just going to do it from left to right like normal because it really isn't all that hard. So I have 225 times 0.04. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 2 is 10. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9. Okay. If there's another number here, I would put a 0 here and go on to the next number. Now, it's 0, so it's just going to be a row of zeros. But now, I need to look at my decimal. I have 2 numbers behind the decimal of the problem, so I need 2 in my answer. So that gives me 9.00. Well, I don't need those extra zeros, so that is really just the same thing as 9. So 225 times 0.04 equals 9. And now all I need to do is multiply that by 10. Now, I really hope nobody needs me to go off to the side and do that. 9 times 10 is 90. Okay. So your interest equals 90. Is that our answer? I don't think so. Okay, but now that we know our interest, I'm going to come over here and put 90. Okay, so our new total. What we need to find now, our total is going to equal the principal, which is 225, times the amount that she earned in interest, which is 90. Whoa, I'm sorry, not times. Plus, we are just adding here. Okay, so we found that she earns $90 in interest over 10 years. Okay, and we need to add that to however much she started with to find the new total. So that is just 225 plus 90. Which is $315. That's it. Okay, you just have to be careful as to what question they're asking. Make sure that you are answering the question that they ask. Okay, you have a couple of your turns to do on your own.